from the United States of America. Apparently, from her words, I'm not missing anything in America. I don't know. We'll hear from her. And I'll give you the honors. Introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
My name is Nubia Kamesha Sade.
Yes.
I'm here from upstate New York.
Right.
And I'm grateful to be in this beautiful place with these incredible people.
Yeah. Tell us, if I was to ask you, who is Nubia?
Nubia is a multi-dimensional thought leader who activates rooms, activates people, and
Right.
has this way of allowing people to see their highest self
Right.
actualized, not from theory, not from image in the mind, but from human form and human reality. So I typically mirror back to other people
Yeah.
the essence of who they are and who they can be.
Wow. Explain to me as if I'm a 5-year-old. What do you mean by multidimensional?
I would say very well versed
Yes.
in the world,
Yeah.
but so indulged in creating my own world at the same time. Like I'm very
Yeah.
aware of what's going on in the world and in life, but I live in my own reality at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just living in your own reality.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Now, as humans, what do you think our biggest weaknesses? Explain it to me in a multidimensional.
Multidimensional.
What do you think is preventing us from living our best lives?
Knowing who we are.
Right.
Identity is the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
When you know who you are, you know who and what you fit into. When you know who you are, you know what your capabilities are.
Yeah.
And when you know who you are, you know what your purpose is.
Yes.
So everything can then align with that. So I have these 3 pillars called starting with awareness,
Exactly.
alignment,
Yeah.
ascension. First, you have to become aware of who you are,
Yeah.
okay? And then you have to align yourself with the people, places, and things that are in harmony with where you're going. And then ascension is just a byproduct of awareness and alignment. So that comes next. Awareness, alignment, ascension.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is I think you're God sent. Because when I started this podcast, the first aim was first to discover who am I? Who is Moses? Where am I in this world? What role do I play?
Yeah.
But for me, I discovered it through tragedy, through things going wrong. It came through tragedy whereby I had to step back and ask myself the hard questions. Who am I? What's my purpose here? What am I going to do to achieve my purpose?
Yeah.
So, for people out there, how do you first even discover who you are? How do you even start this? Where do you start from?
If you want to start, the most simple way to start.
Yes.
I'm talking about so simple a 5-year-old could do it.
Yeah.
If you take a look in the mirror for more than 5 minutes, you'll have every single answer to the questions that you've been asking yourself about who you are, why you're here, what you're supposed to be doing, what's your next step, are you doing the right thing? If you look into the pupils of your eyes, they are the gateways to your soul.
Wow.
So if you simply look there, not at your edges, not at your eyebrows, not at fixing, nothing but your pupils,
Yeah.
and you do it for 5 minutes. I'm talking about putting a timer on your phone for 5 minutes.
Right.
You will have one of the most transformative experiences of your life, and all of the questions that you may have about who you are,
Right.
you'll get them answered. I promise you that.
Wow. So how do you know your answers have been answered? How do you know you have reached a point whereby you know who you are?
Well, it's different for everyone. It could
Yeah.
come through a audio voice of maybe it sounds like God. It
Right.
could come through maybe experiences showing you who you are not.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go through experiences that show you what you're not down for and who you are not and what you're not into in order to determine and cultivate an identity of who you actually are. Sometimes it can come from earth angels telling
Right.
you who you are, which that can happen a lot
Yeah.
in life. And most importantly, if you have a relationship with God,
Right.
God will always put you on and remind you exactly who you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the King's Gambit edition. I'm learning a lot from you right now, and we haven't even gone far yet. Wow. So tell us in your experience right now. You're in Toronto right now. You come from the US. Wow. How are you finding the city?
I love Toronto.
You love Toronto?
I've been to the Dubais.
Yeah.
I've been to the Mexicos. I've been around because I host retreats all over the world.
Right.
That's my passion. But I will truly say Toronto is at number one right now. It was Medellin, Colombia. I loved the ease and the lifestyle and the quality of Colombia, and I still do, but there's something special and significant about Toronto.
Yeah.
The people, the food, the essence of the atmosphere, everything and everyone's smiling at you. Even the animals are smiling, the babies are smiling. There's just this essence of purity that I truly feel, and I can pick up on energy very well.
Right.
And there's a creed here, and I really love places that maintains a creed.
Right.
It allows your day-to-day experiences to not necessarily be predictable, but enjoyable in the best ways possible. So I'm loving Toronto. I got a thing for it.
Yeah.
I got a thing for it.
You know the other name for Toronto?
No.
The Six.
I've heard Drake say that a few times.
So that's the other name for Toronto is the Six.
The Six.
Yeah,
I'm in the Six right now.
Yeah, you're in the Six right now.
I'm in the Six.
And you're loving it.
I'm loving every bit of it.
You know, you're using some terms which I rarely hear from my day-to-day people. What do you mean by the creed?
Creed.
Yeah.
Customs, beliefs, what you entertain, what you celebrate, what you reflect, what you accept. Creed is just pretty much like the code and the ethics of how you operate as a human being. Yeah. And I see the similarities of how people excuse themselves when they walk by you, they speak if they're going to stare at you. Like I travel all around the world and I get stares everywhere I go. Some of them, typical. And then some of them, it's just there's an energy pull. And here I get that people will not look you in your face and not speak. And I appreciate that. Right. Because to look someone in their eyes, again, we're going back to the gateway of the soul here, right? Yeah. To look someone in their eyes and not to say anything that is, to me, is insulting and is disrespectful. Because how dare you knock on the door to my soul and not at least state your name and where you're from? Wow. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you mentioned like you go all over the world with retreats. Yeah. Tell us more about your retreats.
Absolutely. So my retreats are solo and also group retreats. So they are for women, okay? And
just women alone?
They are for women alone. I've done some for men, and I still will, bespoke, right? Yeah. But think of every single thing that you know that you need to work on in your life, in your world, right? The things that are holding you back, the mindsets, the beliefs, like the emotional dips that you have every now and again. And there's this stage in life that you just know if you can get past this level, I mean, it's flow state. It's serendipitous. It's exactly what you've been craving all of your life. So what I do as a retreat hosting curator and transformational curator, I take all of those things that you need to work on and I cultivate specific workshops back to back to back to back in a matter of 4 days, 3 nights. You're in a tropical environment. You're immersing yourself in this transformational work. You go back home unrecognizable because all the things that was distracting you from getting on the other side, it's done. You're in a different environment, the atmosphere, luscious. You're being catered to. You're being seen. Yeah. You're being heard, and you're being recognized at a new level. Now you can go back home and actualize within this new level of identity, within this upgraded level in your nervous system. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Nice. So it's quite unique. I tailor them based on the person, and then I also have themed retreats as well. And the retreats vast from Central America all the way over to the Middle East, all the way over to Bali. As I travel, the world gets smaller, so there's no place I will not go. Wow. Yeah.
So this is even actually a point. I don't know why this has come to me. I think something just sent me to you. Yeah. Because in 2030, my plan is to take 1,000 people to Africa. Yeah. And I feel like someone who grew up in Africa, like hearing you speaking, there's some things for me to get where I am right now. Yes. I had to jump over some beliefs. Mm-hmm. There's some hopes I had to jump. There's some things I couldn't believe until I came to this side of the world. And I believe, like me taking you to Africa, teaching people there right now how to overcome certain beliefs. Because I feel like we were living in certain norms because if you look at the African history, we are colonized. We still had the colonized mind. So to get from a colonized mind to get to an independent mind, it's actually not that easy. It's a lot of hoops to jump in. Especially, let's say, I'm just picturing right now you holding a retreat in Africa. I'm like, what else?
I did one in Ghana.
You did one in Ghana?
Yeah.
Wow, you see? But most African Americans or Black Americans who have never gone to Africa,
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, it's a good thing, but also I feel like you guys don't exploit that well. You only go to Ghana, you go to West Africa. But I know it's with the history. I understand. But Africa is not just West. There's East, South. There's a lot to connect with. So in 2030, it's called a Musa and Friends Tour to Africa. So I'm taking 1,000 people. Especially I'm looking to take the Black people who have never been to Africa. Just for them to feel the Africanness, to see just the years go back 10 years back. So, and that's me telling you, you have to be there.
I am there already.
You're already
It's
there.
already done.
Yeah. Wow. So how did you come to realize this is the path for you? Like, I want to do this. What triggered that in you?
I want to do what specifically?
Like, I want to help people like discover their identity, their essential. Like, what triggered you to like, this is the way of life I want to lead? I want to help people.
Yeah, so as a little girl, just like my daughter in there, I had a lot of hair.
Right.
And so at the tender age of 7, I learned how to do my own hair because I was very tender-headed.
Yeah.
And the people who were doing my hair, they were being too rough. I said, there has to be another way. So what was a 2-strand twist grew into a 20-plus year beauty career where I stood on my feet for hours, not only braiding hair, not combing hair, but listening to the problems that women would have. And as different as we all are, it was some of the most common same problems. So while I'm doing the braids, and I mean, I'm talking 6 to 8 hours, sometimes 10 plus on my feet, I would cultivate these blueprints and these strategies to be able to help these women unlock whatever it was that was holding them back. And I got better and better and better and better at it, so much so that when my beauty career exploded in the best way possible, when I moved to Atlanta, Georgia from New York, my daughter was just 1. They, in so many ways, the clients were like, can you be my coach? Can I pay you to call me? Like, you bring out the best of me. When I'm in this chair, I'm just a different person. Can I pay you more? And I was like, girl, no. I was like, this is just me. But I didn't know the coaching industry was an actual career. So I began to study the Tony Robbins. I began to study these different coaches and understood that personal development was a pathway that I could very well so take. So as I began accepting these clients and they paying me extra and this and that, and I'm feeling this essence that I've never felt before. I felt so close to God. Oftentimes we think that we feel the closest to God when we're getting ready to cross over, or we feel the closest when we're in church. I feel the closest to God when I'm in my purpose, and that's how I knew it was my purpose. Right. So what was a beauty career turned into a coaching business where I'm quite literally flipping beliefs and trauma on top of its nose and bringing out the essence of God within a person, every single person that I connect with and I come in contact with. COVID hit, and everybody was in a house, right? It was lockdown. It was crazy. And in that moment, everyone was able to identify, do I like me? Do I even like this person that I'm with? Do I like my job still? We had questions for ourselves because we had to sit with ourselves. And I hosted my very first retreat to be able to get women out the house in a safe way, but get them out the house and into their bodies, into their dreams, back into their vision, get that dream and that zest for life back activated. And it was on my birthday. My very first one was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was this incredibly beautiful mansion that they used to actually host weddings. So I consulted with the host and I said, hey, I got this thing I want to do. I'm an Aquarius. If I have a vision, if I have an ideal, it's done. Like 2 seconds after I thought about it. It's just all about the logistics after that. But anyway, I made it happen. And as I'm on this balcony overlooking all of the women dancing in circles and feeling this celebrational energy, we're in the middle of COVID, everybody's depressed, but yet there's joy in this sister circle, just like back home in Africa. We used to celebrate moments and times where we would get married, we would have children, and little girls will transfer into women, and all these different the waist beads, the ceremonies, just bringing the essence of celebration back for the woman. I knew that was it for me. I was like, oh, this is my thing, this is my jam. I just got to get better at knowing how to sell it. I got to get better at knowing how to package it, the marketing, the logistical part of it. But baby, this is my thing, and it's been my thing for the last 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my next question is this: do you know how to play chess?
Do I know? No, I'm just a girl.
No. Nice excuse. That's a very nice excuse. So in chess, it inspired the theme for this event, the King's Gambit. So the King's Gambit is actually a move in chess whereby you have to sacrifice some of your pieces in order to win the game. So what have you sacrificed to get where you are today?
Oof. I had to sacrifice certainty.
Yeah.
Moving away from my hometown, being one of the first in my family to move so far away from my family. And then I went from moving from New York to Atlanta to moving from Atlanta to Mexico, and then moving from there to Costa Rica. So being really one of the first in my family to move outside of the Americas, and really not knowing, what I'm doing, not being fluent in Spanish, but understanding that there were lands that I needed to travel to unlock certain codes within my DNA for me to be activated and to fulfill my purpose in a stronger, more potent way. So a sacrifice that I made was just the lack of certainty. Me being at sometime in the middle of countries and really not knowing what's next for me, but me really trusting God and trusting my purpose. That's one sacrifice. A second sacrifice I would truly say that I made, or some of the things that I had to sacrifice and put away, was just the fear of the unknown, right? I haven't had a job in the last 9 years. And that is something that is not the easiest to be able to say, oh, I can just depend on this, or I can have this consistently, coming in reference to income coming in. I had to throw away that certainty to be able to say, well, hey, babe, that means you got to get good at sales. Yeah. Hey, babe, that means you got to get good at marketing. Hey, babe, you got to get good at being able to create high ticket offers. Right. So it brought out the best in me in the best ways. I will also say relationally, with love and romance and relationships, just sacrificing sometime having companionship. Yeah. When you got a mission, right? You got a mission. It's very, very specific. Right. It's almost so specific, like it's designed like a map, right? Right. And you got to protect that, right? We protect our house, we protect our money, we protect a lot of things, but we also must protect our vision. We got to protect our momentum. Yeah. We got to protect all the work that we put in. And sometime in life, in love and relationship, you have to be able to accept a person for who they are and where they are at, and still be able to move forward in your purpose, sacrificing what potentially could have been an okay relationship or a good relationship, sacrificing good to dwell in the eternity and the abundance of excellent and stellar and premium. So I would definitely say romance is definitely something that I have a history of sacrificing and kind of putting on the back burner. But I'm a lover girl. I love love. Right. I love relationships, but it's been something that I'll give up immediately. Wow. Yeah.
That's one thing we have in common.
Oh yeah. When's your birthday?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is May 7th.
You're a Taurus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
But that's something I've picked up this side. Like growing back in Africa, there's this mentality whereby if you look at horoscopes of the Taurus, it's looked at devilish.
Yeah. Everything about knowing yourself is devilish.
It was kind of devilish. You have to follow certain kind of rules and norms. But I was like...
Yeah. But the thing about astrology that I always tell people is it's not the end all be all. It's not like this is your life. It's just simply a way for us humans to be able to recognize different patterns and traits that we find compatible. Yeah. Right? So if I know as a Taurus, you're about your money. Number one, okay? You are, that's true. You own routine. You like routine,
I have a certain routine every
You're
day.
a bull, you like to focus. Yeah. So if I'm vetting you for a business partner or even a lover and I value those specific qualities, well, if you simply tell me you're a Taurus, I can already be able to know, well, if he's an evolved Taurus, boom, he's about his bread, he's this, he's that, right? I kind of know how we can grow together, and I know what your strong points are, and I know if my strong points complement your strong points.
Wow.
So we're talking about true compatibility here.
Yeah.
Business, love, all those things. So that's why when I'm asking somebody their sign, I'm not asking them their sign to judge them like, oh, you're this, you're a Cancer, you're this, whatever. Yeah. I'm asking truly to be able to see, number one, are you evolved within those character traits? And number two, are we able to support each other and leverage each other's strength for the greater good so we can get where we're going faster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So as we finish up,
Yeah.
where can someone find Nubia? But you know why? The first question I asked to ask you if you're Nubian, because Nubia in East Africa or in the old African history, Nubia, even there's still a few people Nubians still in the East Africa. If you look at Sudan, Ethiopia, Kenya, it's still one of the non-diluted communities. They're still Nubia. Other communities are a mix of everything. Yeah. But most people call them the Aboriginals of Africa. Yeah. The Nubians. They're very special people. When I saw Nubia, I was like, today is my special day. Today is my special day. I'm like, I'm meeting a Nubian. Yeah. But I'm still saying you're special because you're from America. And whatever you're doing, it's actually it's not something you see people doing like wellness. Like these days, everybody's just about making money, making a sale, but they're not looking on how much value they're giving to that person. Like for me, I feel like if you can help someone know what their identity is, you've basically given them their life back, or you've given them life. Exactly. You're basically God's co-creator. And I believe all of us here, we are God's co-creators. I did not just come here to enjoy the ride. Like I came here because the Bible says like God created us in his image and his likeness. So basically, we are here to help him create and co-create and continue creating all these marvelous things.
Absolutely.
So where can people find you? Where can people find this co-creator of God?
Yes, really quickly, I just want to say something.
Yes, please.
Thank you for mentioning that we are co-creators and we are here to create. In fact, the more we create, the more we make God proud. Yeah. The more we create, the less we have to think about, well, what do I have to do to get this? If you are a creator, right, and you own your identity as a creator, you'll never find yourself drifting. Right. You'll never find yourself being oppressed. You'll never find yourself in shambles where you cannot lift yourself out of them. Yes. But if you want to find me, you can reach me online at Nubia Kamesha Sade on all platforms. Right. And I'm there on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. That's where most of like my links to my retreats and all of that lives. I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, and I'll be here on this podcast channel as well. And one more other thing I want to say. Yes. I like money, okay? And I love sales. I actually have a offer where I help coaches and consultants increase their sales. A lot of people are not good at sales, and I just teach you how to get better at it, not through tactics and scripts and all of that, but truly through understanding the psychology of what makes a person buy. Yeah? Right. And so I say that to say, you mentioned that most people are interested in how can I make the next dollar, right? Yeah, right. And how can I, do this to get this? When you create value at a very high level, in a premium way, I'm talking about an elegant way, I'm talking about a tasty, delicious, pleasurable way, and you do it for the type of people who would love to buy into it, which typically are people who invest in themselves at a high level, sales become easy. You become less of a person, I need to sell this thing, you got to get my thing, and you become more of a person as to, I know about your problem so well, and I've created such a sophisticated, beautiful solution to it. Wow. If you only could hear it, you can make the decision and walk yourself to your Visa, your MasterCard, your Amex, and go get those numbers, okay? Because we close on the spot over here. Exactly. I accept thousands and thousands of dollars in one call, 30 minutes of meeting a stranger. And I've developed the skill just through studying human behavior and understanding what moves people to a buying decision. Yeah.
Wow. I think I just learned about sales there, just right there and then. Wow. First of all, thank you for coming to this city, the 6th Toronto. You're very much welcome. Yeah. And thank you for gracing us to the studio, Toronto podcast. This is the Six Figures Room, King's Gambit edition. And also, thank you for coming here. I'm Musa, and I'm glad to meet you. And for guys who don't know, I'm meeting her for the first time, and I'm wowed. Like, I know you have so much to offer, and I'm sure this is not the last time probably people are seeing of you. For sure, you're coming back to this city if it's your favorite.
Absolutely. I'm kind of low-key vetting it.
Yeah.
I'm vetting it. It might be my second home.
Oh, maybe your second home?
Maybe.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is your home, and you're already making connections here. Thank you so much for coming to Six Figures Room, the King's Gambit edition. And I don't know what else to say. I'm wowed. I'm still digesting what you're saying.
We are blessed.
Yes, exactly. I'll give you the honors. Close this part.
Something good is gonna happen in this year.
Wow.
And I am grateful that I made it here.
Yeah. Wow.
Blessings gonna find us here.
Here.
Thank you.
Wow. I have nothing else to say. Blessings.